Robot Rabbit is a 1953 Warner Brothers cartoon. This is a Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd cartoon directed by Freleng with a story by Warren Foster. And of course we have Mel Blanc as Bugs and Arthur Q. Bryan as Elmer Fudd. And Elmer Fudd is actually Farmer Fudd. And he's growing carrots, and needless to say, Bugs Bunny is around there to try and eat the carrots. And Elmer Fudd decides that the best thing to do is to come up with this robot to fend off Bugs Bunny. Needless to say, Bugs just fights back, and it's unclear what the fate is going to be for this robot. Who will win in the fight between Rabbit versus Machine? I'm not going to say what happens exactly, but I'd say it's pretty predictable. Well, the what is predictable, but maybe the how isn't so much, because I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen. But I rather enjoyed it. I thought the design of the robot was pretty stereotypical, but it worked quite well. There was also something quite interesting about having the grey metal against Bugs Bunny's grey fur, and the two of them being quite similar in height and stature, so visually it worked very, very well. Had the robot been smaller, Bugs would have just looked like he was overpowering it. Had it been bigger, I think it might have been too much of a match for Bugs Bunny. So, very well animated. And I have to say, I love how it ended. I'm not going to say how it ended, but I actually really loved it. Usually with Warner Brothers cartoons, I like them all the way through, and I never find... it's not so much of a roller coaster, it's a very consistent enjoyment. With this one, I think it started a bit slow, and then it got quite interesting, and then it really peaked for me right at the end, and I loved Bugs Bunny's closing line. So actually, it took a couple of minutes to get into it, but once it did, I really enjoyed it. It's not my all-time favourite Bugs Bunny cartoon, but visually, Robot Rabbit is very effective, and it's pretty funny too. It's definitely one that I recommend.